This question can be found on page 22, and it is a constructed response question. Let's look at the information that they give us. It says some animals can produce a potassium ion concentration inside their cells that is 20 times greater than that of their environment. This ion concentration gradient is maintained by the plasma membrane. Okay, keywords: 20 times greater than the environment, and it's maintained. So that would mean we drew a little picture. Here's the environment, here's the cell, 20 times greater. So our concentration is higher on the inside, lower on the outside, and it's maintained, which means it's constantly 20 times greater, which means you have to pump things in from the outside. So it's going from low to high concentration. So low to high concentration is active transport, and active transport needs energy. So let's take a look at what they want us to do. Identify the process in the cell membrane that produces this difference in concentration. The process is active transport. Active transport uses energy to maintain the concentration inside the cell. You can get specific and talk about pumps. You can say sodium potassium pumps if you want, but if you don't remember that, that's fine. Active transport is enough. Explain the process that occurs as the cell produces the ion concentration gradient. Potassium ions are pumped into the cell from low to high concentration using energy. That's all you need for there. Turn to part C, which is on page 23. It says, please refer to the previous page for task explanation. It's the same task. Compare the process of potassium ion transport, which we know is active transport, to another mechanism that moves material across a membrane. So another word for mechanism, process, series of steps. And the best thing to do would be to totally sort of contrast it and go with passive transport. So the movement of potassium ions from low to high concentration is active transport. Other molecules move across the membrane from high to low concentration, which is passive transport, and requires no energy. You can get specific and talk about diffusion or osmosis. You could even talk about other types of active transport because it's saying compare, not necessarily contrast. But this would be a sufficient answer, and you'd be most likely not to make a mistake.